what are you training for now?
This is super fun. So Tucker and I are getting ready to do a mixed relay in ski mountaineering.
Ski mountaineering is backcountry skiing on steroids. They race uphill, they race downhill, then they race up and down more hills, going as fast as they can for as long as humanly possible.
We're also each going to do an individual event and do a team event where he will probably literally put a rope on me and tow me, which is part of what you can do in the team event. The team event takes about 6 hours. The relay will take probably 10 minutes each. So it's quite a range, too, of the training that you have to do for that.
And essentially what we're doing is we're measuring somebody's maximal aerobic capacity, or the most amount of oxygen that they're able to not only intake but utilize to produce energy. Okay, we don't utilize all the oxygen we breathe in, we push a lot of it right back out. But we're seeing essentially how big someone's aerobic engine is.
Molly Zern and Tucker Thole are preparing to compete in the International Ski Mountaineering Federation's Masters World Championships in Europe.
And when you're competing, do you know, or do you somehow monitor yourself to say to yourself, I'm going too hard, I need to slow down, or I need to speed up?
I have a heart rate monitor on and a watch, but when I'm doing those specific competitions, and specifically the one coming up in Slovakia, which is the World Championship, I'm going to be racing the same guys I raced last year in Italy. So they're the ones I'm going to be watching. I'm going to try to push and be closer to them and maybe try to pass them and be ahead of them. So that specifically is who I'm going to be racing. But I'm going to use the heart rates to allow myself to get closer to them. So if there's particular times in the race, I can look at the heart rate, see how I'm feeling, and see where they are ahead or hopefully behind, and then judge. If I get ahead of them and I realize my heart rate is much higher than it probably should be, then I'll know I can kind of slow down and kind of let them catch up and be right there with them, and then push later on in the race so I don't spend too much energy too early and then have them pass me at the end.
What did we see? Some kind of a test. What was this?
Yeah, so we did a maximal aerobic fitness test, or VO2 max test, as well as a lactate threshold test. And lactate threshold is kind of the point at which the blood lactate increases faster than the ability to clear it out. So you start seeing an imbalance, muscle cells become acidic, that hydrogen proton in there is just, it doesn't do so hot when you're trying to work and improve, your competition or your race or whatever. So when that acidity builds up, that's when people start to, fatigue. Your legs get heavy, you feel it creep up the back of your throat, and you have to slow down or stop.
The COVID pandemic shut down COCC's Physiology lab for more than a year, but it's open again to anyone who would like to test their physical fitness. Call ahead to schedule an appointment.
I'm 51, so I knew that my heart rate zones had changed because I was older, so I thought, okay, I'm just going to come back, see where I am, and then see what I can do in a year. So it was great confirmation to know that, with the right amount of training, the right type of training, and the right focus, that, I can still get fitter at age 51. It's pretty cool.
Information gathered from these tests provides direction, purpose, and goals for people trying to lose weight, prepare for ski season, or extreme athletes trying to win endurance events.
The only thing I'm thinking about is beating these 2 Austrian men, this one German, and the Italians, the Swiss that I raced last year, and those are the only guys I care about. If I'm faster than those 10 guys, then I will be super happy. But the rest of it is not as interesting.
From the COCC Physiology Lab, I'm Brooks Snavely for The Great Outdoors.